three powerful special vampires, Klaus Mikaelson, Morbius, and Dracula Untold. They are placed in a warehouse for a battle of survival, and they can only be one last man standing. What's up guys, how you doing? I hope you're fine wherever you are watching this movies podcast form. You're all welcome to my Blockbuster TV, the home of all your movies reactions and movie review. You are at the right place here with us. For today's movies podcast, I'll be taking you through three unique individuals, three special guys. These guys, they are so powerful, they are immortals. They are special vampires. The first person is Klaus Mikaelson, then we have Morbius, and finally we have Dracula Untold. So these three guys, we'll compare them, talk about them, their brief history, their strengths, their weaknesses, so that we can actually debate about it and find out who is the most powerful among these three guys when they're asked to have a face-off battle against each other. So guys, that is it for today's content. I know that you don't want to miss this, guys. So let's talk about this. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section and we'll be so pleased to attend to you. Last time I did about the most powerful vampire hunter, and today is the most powerful vampire being. Imagine combining the most powerful vampire hunter against the most powerful vampire. That would be a content for another day. But for today, I'll walk you through this, everything about these three guys, and finally, we can decide who is the most powerful, who will be the victorious guy over each other in this content. So guys, let's go. Alright. Okay guys, let's talk about the battle of internal Strife, the battle between three immortals, three special vampires that I've never seen before, three special vampires that has no kind of their own. The first person is Morbius. Morbius is an artificial vampire, a science-made vampire that has no weaknesses of vampire, but it has all their strengths. Secondly, we have Dracula Untold. And this guy is an ancient vampire of the old world, the king of all the vampires. Then finally we have Klaus Mikaelson. This Klaus Mikaelson is the original. Like, this guy is a hybrid and is also an original, so that makes him special. This is a tough ass battle. When these guys are locked in a warehouse, let us see who will be the last man standing. Okay, the first is Morbius. In the movie Morbius, it all began with Dr. Michael Morbius, an intelligent scientist who has been suffering from blood disease. This illness prevented him from walking. So all through his life, he has been searching for a cure to this illness, but in the attempt to cure himself by experimenting with vampire bat DNA. This experimental cure made him to start walking with his legs again. But at the same time, this transformed him into a living vampire with superhuman abilities. Of course, the thirst for human blood as well. In the struggle to control this vampire nature of his, he accepted his fate and vowed to feed on criminals and not the innocent. And also, he promised to use his abilities to help the innocent. So Morbius, being a living vampire, he acquired all their supernatural strengths, including the ability to fly, but none of their weaknesses. So holy water, crucifix, wooden sticks, sunlight, etc. These things, none of them can harm Morbius. He is a vampire who was not turned by anyone, but rather scientifically created through the series of experiments that he carried on himself with the DNA of bats. So that is what you should know about Morbius. Coming to the second on our list, we have Dracula Untold. This was about Prince Vlad, a feared warrior who was threatened by the Sultan to enslave 1,000 children, including his own son. Vlad, out of desperation, he sought out for supernatural powers in order to save his people and to save his kingdom as well. Then he made a pact with a mysterious force from the pit of hell. This bargain temporarily transformed him into a very powerful, bloodthirsty monster known as Dracula the Vampire, aka the king of all vampires. But with a deal that this transformation will only last for 3 days, after which he must have defeated his enemies within that time interval. After these 3 days, he will return back to his human form with a condition that he must not test the blood of human, that he must restrain himself for human blood. But failure to do so, he will remain the monster Dracula forever. But unfortunately, on the third day, which happened to be the last day, out of grief of his wife dying breath, of which she pleaded with him to drink her blood in order to gain full transformation so that he can save their son. Meaning that Dracula has been fighting all this while without full strength, without full transformation, without full abilities. Finally, Prince Vard, he fully embraced these dark forces and became the creature of the legend, the ancient vampire that possesses all the powers of the old world. Despite all his powers, he still has the weaknesses of sunlight, of pure silver, and of wooden stick. So that is about Dracula Untold. Then finally coming to the last on our list here, we have Klaus Mikaelson. After the death of Eric, who happened to be Klaus' younger brother, he was killed by a werewolf. Then Klaus' mother, known as Esther, a very powerful witch, used witchcraft magic to turn her remaining children to a powerful bloodthirsty monsters, that is vampires, in order to give them strength and power to protect themselves against the werewolves. Unfortunately, Klaus was not the biological son of his father Michael, meaning that his mother Esther cheated on his father with someone, and that person happens to be a werewolf. That automatically made Klaus an hybrid, which is half werewolf, half vampire. And since they were the first of their kind, this made Klaus to become the first hybrid, an original species. So this made Klaus Mikaelson so powerful and feared by all. As an original, he is immune to holy symbols like holy water and crucifix. And as an hybrid, he is immune to sunlight and pure silver. Although Klaus was almost invincible, he still has the weakness of a stake made from the white oak tree. The white oak tree is a tree of which they were turned to vampires. So that is for Klaus Mikaelson, and Klaus cannot fly, unlike Dracula and Morbius. Coming down to the strengths and weaknesses of these three special vampires, we'll start with the first person, Morbius. Morbius is a science-made vampire. He is an artificial vampire. He was created in a lab with the DNA of bats. So that makes him, he doesn't have any of the weaknesses of the usual vampires, such as sunlight, pure silver, crucifix, holy water, wooden stake. None of these can harm Morbius. So that gives him an upper hand in this battle. Then coming to Dracula. Dracula, despite this guy is so powerful, Dracula is an ancient vampire of the old world. This guy is a king of all the vampires. Yeah, despite all this, he has the weaknesses of vampires, such as sunlight, a wooden stick, a crucifix, holy water, a silver, etc. He has all the weaknesses, but in a special way. Let me explain. Coming to sunlight, Dracula does not burn out in sunlight in seconds. But regular vampires, in few seconds they burn out. Like, you need to keep him like 30 minutes plus under the sunlight. Yeah, like with high intensity. Okay, before he can actually burn out and die. And that is almost impossible to hold someone like Dracula under the sun for 30 minutes. Then coming to wooden stake. Normally, when you pass a wooden stake through the heart of regular vampires, they die in seconds. But as for Dracula, you need to pass the wooden stake in his heart and leave it in his heart for up to 30 minutes plus before he can die. And that is almost an impossible task, because for you to hold down someone like Dracula for 30 minutes with a wooden stick in his heart, come on, that is almost impossible. So that is the only way that he can die to wooden stick. Then pure silver and holy water and crucifix, they kill the normal vampires, but they harm Dracula, but they can't kill Dracula. They only make him slow. That is, they reduce his abilities like strength, speed, healing abilities, and so on. Then coming down to Klaus Mikaelson, as we all know, Klaus is an original hybrid and is immune to a lot of things. As an original, he is immune to holy symbols, to holy water, and crucifix. Then as an hybrid, is immune to sunlight and pure silver. So the only thing that can kill Klaus is when you pass through his heart a wooden stick that is made of the white oak tree of which it was made. So that is the weakness that Klaus Mikaelson has. Now coming down to their strength. In terms of speed, it is clearly stated that the fastest among these three is Dracula, followed by Klaus and then Morbius. In terms of physical power and strength, it's also the same. The first is Dracula, then Klaus, and then Morbius. Then coming to high resistance and agility, it's also the same. It's Dracula, Klaus, and Morbius. This is the reason why Dracula can stay up to 30 minutes under the sun intensity before he can burn out. At the same time, he can endure and stay 30 minutes with a wooden stick in his heart before he can die off. He has very high resistance to his weaknesses. Then coming to flight abilities, it is only Morbius and Dracula that can fly. Klaus Mikaelson does not have flight abilities, he cannot fly, but he has a special talent as an hybrid. He is a part werewolf, and the bite of werewolves can kill vampires. But unfortunately, this does not apply to this battle because these three guys, they are special. The bite of werewolf cannot harm Morbius because he is an artificial vampire. He is a science-made vampire. And the same goes with Dracula. Dracula is a special vampire. In fact, he's an ancient vampire of the old world. So that is it for their strengths and weaknesses of these three special immortal beings. After the complete comparison between these three immortal beings, these three special vampires, we talked about their history, their strengths and weaknesses. So when these three guys are locked in a warehouse, I believe that the first person that will be taken out will be Morbius, because Morbius is not as powerful compared to these two guys. Despite Morbius does not have weaknesses, but is not so powerful compared to these two other guys. So Morbius out. Then between Dracula and Klaus, that will be a very tough one, because now it's a battle between the original, that is Klaus, versus the ancient world, that is Dracula. It will be a very tough battle, but I believe that Dracula will defeat Klaus Mikaelson in a very narrow victory. Remember that Dracula took down almost 4,000 soldiers in one night without using his full strength, without his full abilities, because he was avoiding this test of human blood. It took these people out in a night, 4,000 soldiers without full power. Dracula is so powerful. The same goes with Klaus Mikaelson, but I believe that in this battle, that the winner, the last man standing, will be Dracula Untold. After which is Klaus Mikaelson, and finally Morbius. So that is it for this analysis. Thank you guys for watching this movie content to the end. I'm so happy that we are calling this a day, and I can't wait to see you in our next movies podcast. For today's content, I just talked about the most powerful vampire being between Mikaelson, between Dracula, and between Morbius. And finally, we decided to find out, after comparing them, the most powerful among them is Dracula, then followed by Klaus Mikaelson, and finally we have Morbius. So that is my own decision, but feel free to drop your decision down in the comment section, and I'll be so pleased to hear from you. And and we'll talk about it later. So guys, thank you so much. If you're still watching this, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and support us with super thanks if you can. And finally, join our membership to get exclusive content from this channel. See you next time, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.